Welcome to my YouTube channel. So grateful and excited to share with you. I'm Paul David. I'm a holistic health practitioner and life coach. I support people with art, movement, and nature. What does that look like? With art, I'm referring to art, art. Referring to art, I'm referring to the art of anything. And what I mean more specifically is in working with people, it's more art than mechanics. It's more art than I need to do this and this and this and this. It's an art form. So art is a big part of my expression. Movement is that there's always some aspect of movement, whether it's the breath, whether it's thought, emotion, or all of the above, that there's a movement happening at any given time. And nature, there's a lot of elements in nature that I integrate into my work. I have lots of crystals. I use lots of crystals. I have lots of essential oils that I use. I have lots of rocks in my office. Rocks and just lots of nature here. I have all kinds of pieces of nature that are here, and the work is intended to connect to ourselves, which we are a part of nature. The intention of this channel is to create insights into your life experiences, to show you something else about what is going on in your life, to give you a new perspective. Lots of times we get stuck in a story and we can't see our way out of it. So that's part of the intention of the channel, is to help you see other possibilities, help you see yourself, meet yourself, and create other possibilities. So insights into life experiences. Another aspect of the channel is self-care, to create an awareness of how we can care for ourselves in our physically, with our thoughts, with our mind, mentally, emotionally, connecting and knowing our feelings and our emotions, acknowledging them, being with them. And there's many different ways that we can learn to be with our emotions and support ourselves emotionally. Spiritually, how we are, where we are in our lives, and how we can support ourselves in our connection to everyone and everything. So self-care in all the realms of being human. And also to inspire, to create inspiration and personal growth, inspire growth. So the intentions of this channel are really to inspire growth, all the things we've already said, and to just be a catalyst to turn a light on for you, to light a fire for you, to create a way of you being exponentiated in your life. And that is a big part of this channel. The content of this channel draws on over 26 years of my professional work and working with over thousands of people from all walks of life, helping them heal injuries, helping them navigate and recover from trauma, helping them move through really big life experiences, all kinds of different life experiences. Another big contribution for this channel is my own personal growth and development. I've had a very traumatic life, and I continue to heal and continue to grow. I've worked with all different types of practitioners, therapists, coaches, and they have been instrumental in helping me be here right now, to feel safe enough to come before you right now and open my heart and share everything that has been my journey up until this point, and to help you see and know a different way of being in the world and create safety for you if you need safety for you to step forward into your life, to have more presence, to have more of you in your life. The absolute biggest contribution that has happened for my own life has been my children, and they have been instrumental in me knowing that I do exist. I have spent most of my life trying to be somebody else, trying to be someone who I thought knew what they were doing in their life. And not that they didn't, but I was trying to be them because I didn't trust myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't think that I had anything to offer. So I was always trying to be somebody else instead of just being me. And when my son was born, I had a bit of a breakthrough. I felt like I cracked open in a way, and I started to come into myself. I started to do writing. I started to do art. And I started to have this intuitive growth in my work. And I started to go out on a limb a little bit, trust the feeling, trust something else besides all the intellectual understanding that I had grown. So when my son was born, that started to happen. 2 years later, when my daughter was born, I started to remember all the things that I really needed to forget from where I came from. Not that my parents didn't love me, but they weren't able to really support me. And they carried their own pain. They weren't able to support themselves with their pain, and they were just passing down this generational trauma. I was dealing with a lot of abuse from my parents. Not that they didn't love me, they were just carrying the generational stuff. So this is my journey, is to heal generational trauma, to give my children freedom to know themselves right off the bat, that they don't have to wear a mask and pretend to be somebody else. This is the growth process. So I have 3 children. When my like I was saying, when my older daughter was born, I started to remember everything, and that's when I really started to pursue a lot of help and really get to know the parts of me that were traumatized, the parts of me that were scared and isolated and protected. And when my daughter was born, my life really started to fall apart. I ended up getting divorced about 5 years later after my daughter was born. And I realized that I was living in the generational trauma that I was telling you about. And I just wasn't able to be present with all the things. My experience at the time was that I was just in survival mode, and I didn't know how much I was in survival mode. And being in relationship with my wife at the time, and with all the things, my family and everything at that time, I was having a really hard time with how I was remembering who I was, where I came from, remembering all the things I had forgotten. I just basically, I didn't break down, but I was really struggling. And so I ended up getting divorced, ended up moving out, and that was a really big transition in my life. And I really isolated myself. I had a lot of shame, a lot of guilt with everything that I was dealing with in my life. I ended up getting into another relationship and having a child in that relationship. And that's my youngest. And when she was born, I really started to take ownership of the person who's talking right now. And so she is 7, so I've had about 7 years of really stepping in and continuing to step in and stretch and learn and grow and be me. So this is the experience of Paul David, and I am so blessed to be here right now. I'm so grateful for all the people that support me and have supported me and allowing me to grow, giving me space to grow. And I so desire to share as much as I can share to support you in your life's journey. So honored, so grateful, so much love, so many blessings. Thank you.